Satan's army. And guess what? A lot of the people who have been groomed socially and otherwise and chemically to join them eventually will. When the transhumanism piece began that leads to the mark of the beast, they won't be alone. Turning these children into something else, engineering a bloodline in the earth to initiate the majority of the earth into Satan's army against those who believe. That's the true narrative of the Bible, and Christ is coming. And no one is putting two and two together. And we're living under it right now. One more. A burning multitude is, let's go there in 2nd Esdras real quick. For there should be in every place, right here.
Okay.
We're going to 2nd Esdras 16 and 70. Read it.
2nd Esdras 16, verse number 70.
Read that.
In fact, 68.
Yep.
For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
Is kindled over you, read.
And they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols.
Come on.
And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under foot.
Come on.
For they shall be in every place, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
There you go, read.
And they shall be like madmen, sparing none.
And they shall be like madmen, sparing none. It's talking about these mutations, what's being created through the science that's now that now is being perpetrated on the earth. They're not telling you what's really going on. The whole world is getting genetically engineered to be joined into Satan's army. So when he said it was millions of them, what he don't realize, the component he didn't have, is how they're going to initiate the rest of Earth's population with Satan's army by genetically morphing the genetics of people through their science. That's what you're living under right now. So when it says many shall betray you and do all these things, it's going to be people who are genetically modified, where the God gene has been cut off in their minds so that they can be used as enemies of God and those who believe in him. Read.
Verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Who are they aiming towards?
But still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
That's right. A real holy war. Satan's soldiers, which are the other nations, and our people too who believe them, will be initiated into Satan's army like a zombie apocalypse, coming against the righteous who believe in God and trust in him. And you know what? Christ is going to save us through all of this. This is going to be greater than any salvation coming out of Egypt, folks. I'm going to tell you that, and guess what? They're prophesied in this Bible. And the science of the scorpions with their stinging the population. That's right. That's also a part of the science that'll be utilized to do what? Mutate humans genetically. Change in genetics. And this is why the Bible tells us about take heed that we don't follow their vain babblings of science. That's their magic bullet to change God's creation into Satan's army against us. Now there's more of the lawyer. Elon Musk.
In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
Neuralink wants to connect our brains to computers, and now it's...
They want to connect our brains to computers. They want to do what? Now, this was back when colored TV first came out.
Mind control research is not new.
It's not new, and this was back in the 60s right here. 60s, the late 60s. And now we have Elon Musk, right? Let's get it again. Elon Musk want to do what? He want to make electric cars.
In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
Neuralink wants to connect our brains to computers, and now it's showed off a device reading a pig's brain signals in real time. But how does it work, and will it turn you into a cyborg? I'm going to break it all down for you.
Fair use.
Elon Musk is at it again. This time he was unveiling a new brain-computer interface. It's called
A new brain-computer interface. But of course you need to do what? You need to adjust the body to accept AI. Is that what's going on right now? The cells must get developed. In these foreign cells must strengthen the body to receive the technology.
called the link, and he says that one day it could cure everything from paralysis to blindness. Now, I'm going to explain all of this to you.
Didn't it say in Revelations 13 that they were going to try many miracles at the very end? Now, the Antichrist isn't one man. Don't get it twisted. The Antichrist is the whole system, the whole government system, religious and otherwise.
Using the galaxy brain meme. Just think, starting off basic, and then I'm going to blow your mind.
Fair
So step
use.
1, the basics. Our brains are made up of billions of neurons, cells with long, spindly arms that send messages via electrical surgery without a big incision or general anesthesia.
You remove about a coin-sized piece of skull, and then you can just walk around right afterwards. It's pretty cool.
The chip plugs into your brain.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Guess what, folks? On TED Talk, they said that this will be a norm by the year of 2030, where they'll integrate the majority of people with AI. 2030, 8 years away. Less than 8 years away, they want to have this as what? A norm in society. Initiating more into their what? Into their army. Satan's army. These people will be controlled like that bull we showed you earlier. They've been practicing this science since before the flood. Right? Oh, you see that? Dishonoring parents also. Because the children know better than the parents. So you're going to have children going out doing all these things, becoming demons right up under their family noses, like we're witnessing right now. Here we go. And what is this? The only book that can explain this is the book of Revelation. Elder Lawyer, let's go. Let's go. We're in an international human experiment that leads to the mark of the beast. Yep, let's go.
Revelation 13, verse 11.
Read.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Whose deadly wound was healed. Now, it talks about a new beast coming out of the Roman Empire, America. America. And they would use this beast to spearhead Satan's full program throughout the earth before making America expendable, destroying America so that all power goes back to who? Europe, the 10 horns for the last few years. Read.
Verse 13.
And the beast isn't talking about an antichrist, a man. A beast is a nation, or an empire. It's an empire. And we're going right into the 4 beasts of Daniel tomorrow, leading to the mark of the beast. It's an empire. So they lied to make everyone believe that what? That the Antichrist will be one man. When the Antichrist is Satan. And all of his agents and ministers are Antichrist. those that are rolling out the technology for AI, the scientists, all of these are part of the Antichrist's body. Christ has his body and Satan has his. The scientists and the tech world and all of that are a part of Satan's body to control and destroy the righteous. Read on.
Verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth,
war,
and the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth.
And do what?
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth.
And that's why you cannot trust their science. Satan's greatest tool is deception. That's his greatest tool, to make you think whatever they're pulling out there is good for you. But if you know the Bible, you would understand that what? There's a higher frequency than the principality, the prince of the air. There's a higher frequency that they're trying to disconnect you from. And what Satan is doing here is disconnecting us. Why, everyone? Why? Because he need assistance. He need our spirit to intertwine with his. And God's signal breaks through all the time. So he must use artificial intelligence. He must get us totally hooked in with him, so that now there is no frequency coming from above this world. It's destroying the God gene. You can chemically do it. And another tool they use is to take the example of authority from the home, to make everyone in their little apartments or houses vulnerable and easy to control. I'm going to go there in a moment too. It's all part of the beast system. We must traumatize the earth to make our Satanists, to make our army. Well, how can we traumatize the children if there's a father to protect them? See? So we have to set up a system that would divide family to get Manchurian candidates, abused people who must develop what? A multiple personality to protect the child. Being that there was no protector, the child develops a protector, an alternate personality to protect itself that Satan links to. Satan becomes the child's father. That's that personality. That's the personality which turned Satan dark when he went against the Creator, his father. See? It's coming around. Yeah. See, he felt like an orphan being what? Banished to the earth. So he understands the nature. So what he does is he looks to separate families or target children without family, knowing that he can use them as rebels against a mother or father who didn't love him. It's coming together, right? But we say there's an opportunity, even if you are an orphan, Christ can adopt you back into the fold to receive glory and power. Now God is your father. You're no longer an orphan. You're adopted back into what? Your original covenant. But Satan uses victims and turn them into rebels against God, to turn them into rebels against God. And they've engineered it so. That's why he put what? Total victims over all of society who were abused as children. Come on, Elder Lawyer, let's go.
14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Come on.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
When it says to make an image of the beast or give homage to the beast who have a sword that lived, and that was the Roman Empire, where now America would still set up the same construct as Rome to honor the papacy as father. This is just an extension of the Roman Empire who created it. And America was created to be dismantled at the very end, a time we're living in right now. But these things, these mutants, they're everywhere. And the only safe place will be the wilderness.